Hi guys, Xavier here. So now just want to discuss this hand, Ace King on the button. So I'm up against, let's take a look. So Buddha first raises, and you can see that his raising range on the cutoff is 23%, which is okay, it's reasonable. So, and he's not folding a lot to 3 bets. So Ace King here is a value 3 bet. Of course, Jacks, 10s, Jacks, I think I would 3 bet as well because he's really calling a lot. And then everyone else folds, and he pulls a 4 bet, which is a little bit big here. So let us think what we're gonna do here. We are definitely not folding. We could call, we could jam on him. So if you notice his stats, you can see that he is not folding very often, which means that he is fighting back or he's calling. So his 4 bet range here is likely to be weaker than usual. So with Ace King here, if I just jam it in, we'll just be up against his stronger ranges. And even if he's doing this with a hand like pocket 9s, I believe he's calling. I don't think he's folding. And if he's doing this with a hand like King Queen, I think he's folding. So by jamming here, it doesn't really do us much good because we are just isolating against the stronger of his range. And if we call, we do have position, and we can be a little bit more confident because we know that his range here is going to be wider than usual. But of course, the slightly bigger 4 bet size kind of discourages us. But I think we have a pretty reliable sample that, well, not exactly reliable, but good indication that he is wider than usual here. So I decided to make a call. So on a board like this, Jack 7, 6, my plan was that if I do not hit an ace or a king, and he keeps on betting, I'm just going to give up the hand, because we can see here that he's not someone that really c-bets a lot. So if he just throws in a bet here, I was going to be folding. And what happened is that he checks, which is not too surprising, because we expect him to check maybe something like 60% of the time. So now the queen comes. So it didn't really change much for us. I mean, it improved us a little bit because hits our range more. But let's not forget that the queen also hits his range very strongly. So if we get a bet here, I am also going to fold. But let's see what happens. And he goes ahead and checks. So now this is weird, because if he actually has some sort of a hand, like anything at all that has anything better than a top pair, was going to bet by the turn, because how else are you going to get your money in? So the moment he checks the flop and turn together, we can be pretty sure that his strongest hands here is going to be a queen, and it's not going to be a very strong queen. It's going to probably, it's not even going to be a queen king or queen ace. It's going to be something like queen 10 or jack 10, that kind of hand, or maybe even pocket 10s, pocket 9s, or maybe nothing at all. So I decided on this card that I was going to pull a 2 street bluff, meaning that I don't expect him to fold at once, because what happens is that these three clubs here means that he's going to be calling a little bit wider, because any club is going to now call the turn, and if he has any kind of a draw, he might be encouraged to call, because the bet size on the turn is not going to be that big. And let's say he's slow playing a hand like aces here, or a hand like a set here, he is definitely going to check raise the turn, which of course I'm going to fold. So, but if he actually calls the turn, we know with a very good confidence that he is not having anything here, because if he has a strong hand here, he has to check raise all in for protection, because there are just too many things that can outdraw on him. So I go ahead and fire a small bet with the intention of folding to a check raise, and luckily he calls. Okay, so I'm gonna be jamming any non-club river. So of course the pairing jack and queen wouldn't be good, but okay, so we are lucky here. We got a 9, which doesn't complete the draw, and of course we know that he's weak here, so I'm gonna jam it in no matter what. And you can see that additional good thing here is that his when to showdown is kind of low at 16, right? It's kind of low at 16, so this is actually something I considered beforehand, and I'm going to pull a bluff here on the river. So I just jammed it in, and he folded. Yep. So I thought that this is a good spot to discuss, because it involves a certain analysis of his range and quite a number of assumptions that has to be made on the turn before we actually pull this pure bluff on the river. So thanks for watching. Xavier Fogg here.